From PickDogs.com here with Brian and Chris. It's Monday. It's a light schedule, so we're just yucking it up behind the scenes. I mean, I've had a miserable baseball season, but my $15 big play has been straight money. But Brian has been he's on a pretty good run, and then yesterday he ran into kind of a brick wall of some first place teams. I think for a guy like Brian, nothing worse than a day where like the first place teams win. It's like in games where maybe they should have been tested a little bit more.
I'll tell you, my biggest mistake, though, was scratching off the Miami Marlins and putting on the Detroit Tigers plus 1.5. But, that game could have went either way. So
I had the Cardinals as my $15 big play yesterday. And I'll tell you, man, when they went down, when Wainwright got into trouble there and they went down 3-1. See, Aaron Judge was up. He had the bases loaded. I told Romanelli, I said this was the turning point of the game. And so the bases were loaded with one out, and Aaron Judge was up. And he got a single, and 2 runs scored. And I said to Romanelli, I said that was the turning point of the game. Basically, they got off the hook there because you got to figure grand slam, for Aaron Judge in that spot. And
he texted you in the second inning, worried about the game?
No, he didn't text me in the second inning. I texted him like when we were losing, when the Cardinals were losing. I texted him. I said, I'm not sweating one bit. Not with Frankie Montas pitching. I mean, no way. It's like he's the gift that keeps on giving. It's like there's certain guys like Juan Soto and Frankie Montas that the team wasn't. And Bryce Harper was the same way when he was in Washington. It's like it's not the team, it's them. And I think it's like they get seen as like that they're above the team. Like the team's terrible and they're on that team, but they're really good. It's like that's rare, that you have that where you just have like Archie Manning was the same way. Archie Manning was seen as like he's this great quarterback always on bad teams. Well, it's like you're the starting quarterback for 12 years in the NFL. You can't pull out one winner? I mean, seriously.
We've seen the best quarterbacks like Tom Brady work with not much and get it done. So.
They get it done. The best quarterbacks find a way to get it done. Archie Manning, I know he got beaten up in his career, but he wasn't. He's one of the most overrated quarterbacks in history.
As much as I don't like Aaron Rodgers, he's gotten it done with sometimes not as
nothing. It'll be interesting to see how Devontae Adams is with Derek Carr as opposed to Aaron Rodgers. Usually a steep drop-off.
Well, him and Carr have that connection with college football, so they've worked together.
I would have liked to have seen Julio Jones go to the Packers. I thought, at the end of his career here, I thought give Aaron Rodgers a guy like that for a year. Like, see what
he's on Tampa Bay, right?
Yep. Of course. Anyways, Chris, what are you doing? See, he showed up today for some reason. You're here for some reason. We don't know.
I wasn't taking a Ruffalo today. I'll tell you, even on a small card like this one. But no, you know what? It was a bit of an up and down day yesterday. But I said I got my $15 play as well at the Dodgers last night, and now I just started to do all my NFL write-ups as well. Looking forward to this preseason starting this week, and yeah, I'm excited. Like I know we talked about it before. I'm excited for football to start coming around, especially college. So
I'm ready
for. Did you look at some of the Thursday, Friday games, Chris? The NFL this weekend.
Yeah, there's Thursday games. There's a couple Thursday games. I know Baltimore and I want to say Baltimore, Tennessee is one of them.
Any chance Rod's on Baltimore that game?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
I'll put $50 that Zawacki's got the Ravens on that one.
I like the other side because the Ravens have been winning preseason.
The Ravens haven't lost preseason. What is it? 4 years or 5 years?
Something like that. 4 years in a row.
Rod Zawacki's got the Ravens preseason hat. It's like most people have like the Super Bowl hat or the championship hat or whatever. It's like the Orange Bowl hat. It's like Zawacki's got the Ravens preseason hat.
Jets on Friday.
It's like the it's like an error hat they put out for the preseason where like the B is backwards or something like that, and hope nobody will notice.
Who are the backup quarterbacks for the Jets this year?
One of them is a former Joe Flacco, I believe, is the backup for the Jets, off the top of my head.
Oh, well, they're in deep doo-doo, Dan.
I like the Jets a lot this weekend against the Eagles, but that's just me. It's
Joe
early.
Flacco? He won't play either. But, I mean, if they go into the regular season and he's the backup, I mean, it's going to be the same thing that it's been, the Joe Flacco show. Nothing fun about that. Is there anything worse than a Brian Flores coached Miami team versus Joe Flacco at quarterback for the Jets? It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, you could seriously take a nap and not miss anything. I woke up it's like I take a nap. I woke up for the halftime show and I say, "Oh yeah, that Jets Dolphins game was a real snoozer for the first half." It's like nothing happened. It's like nothing happened. I mean, literally, it's
six to 3 at halftime.
It's like it's not like one of those games where it's like, "Oh, did you see that great play and the great catch and all this?" It's like actually nothing happened. It's like zero.
Who needs an Ambien when you've got Jets Dolphins?
What's up with Denzel Mims for the Jets? What's the deal with this guy? He's going to get cut. I think he's pretty. It's like whenever he actually gets involved, he's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Now they're saying he's going to get cut.
I think he's just caught in a.
You're a big Mims guy.
I mean, I'm a decent level Mims guy,
You
but
love
I mean,
him. You love Mims.
I don't
Maybe he goes to the
love.
Patriots, maybe.
No, he's behind, better receivers. Elijah Moore, Corey Davis. I mean, Garrett Wilson's sort of pushing his way ahead of him. So
Well, Garrett Wilson's a rookie, first round draft choice, right? So I mean,
they've got.
he's supposed to be the guy.
Something in him, yeah.
But Mims was, seen as a first round pick that slid into the second round. And now we know why. Does he go to the Packers and become a star? I'm waiting for that guy to, go to the Packers to become a star. Where the hell's Jordy Nelson? Where do you need him? How about if Hunter Renfrow was on the Packers? Imagine what.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would be Jordy Nelson of 2022.
Yeah, it would be.
Fits that mold. Yeah, but behind Wilson is Flacco, Mike White, and Chris Streveler.
Mike White's not bad. Streveler is our guy, right?
Former Winnipeg Blue Bomber.
Yeah, Blue Bomber. He's got straight guts.
I'm telling you, Jets on Friday. It looks like a lock, but we'll see.
Who's the running backs for the Jets? They always have.
Brees Hall out of Iowa State. He was the rookie.
Yep.
And then Michael Carter, Tevin Coleman, and Ty Johnson.
Michael Carter is my guy from North Carolina, right? He's real good. He's the starter. And then Tevin Coleman is kind of like that guy who can fill in and have like one good game a season.
It's a veteran hang on.
He is a veteran hang on. It's exactly what he is.
I think Brees Hall could be good, though.
Or bad.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Could be good. Could be bad. Speaking of good and bad, still a couple games. This is a gem of a card. We've got the Orioles and the Blue Jays. We got the Mets and the Reds. Who do you think Ben Burns has in that one? I'm going to guess Mets.
Mets minus 320.
I bet he has Mets plus 1.5.
Too good to be. Hot diggity dog.
Yeah. $78. They're still doing like the guaranteed where you have to pay for it, guaranteed extra. All our picks, 100% credit guaranteed at Pick Dogs. If you lose, you get another pick, credit, whatever. You can use whatever you want. No extra charge. Anyways. Yeah, the difference is like their handicappers are paid up front. Ours are paid when they win. That's the difference. Anyways, that's why you can only get the same handicapper that burned you the first time at theirs. And ours, you can pick whoever you want. Say, I've been roasted. How about if I get roasted again? Re-roasted. It'd be re-roasted. Anyways, Jordan Lyles against Yusei Kikuchi, Chris Bassett, Justin Dunn, one of my old favorite guys, but he has not had a happy trip to the minors. I think he just has a major injury, right? He had a major.
I thought it was Justice
It
Dunn.
was.
I was surprised it was Justin Dunn. I thought it was Justice.
It's Justice Sheffield.
Oh, okay. That's where I messed up.
Justice is served.
Yeah, the one I like out of these two, I'm going to go with the over 9 in that Mets and Reds game. Like I said, Justin Dunn making his debut here is one of the key pieces in that deal that sent Suarez and Winker to Seattle. But in the minors this season, an ERA up near 7 for Dunn, just hasn't been able to sort of figure it out. But he's getting the call up here for the Reds because they need to fill in the spot. And I think the Mets can get to Dunn for a few here, but I also expect Cincinnati to get a few off of Chris Bassett, maybe even 2 or 3 runs could do the trick here. And I think we get up into that. At the worst, we get a push at 9, but I think we get into 10, 11 runs here. So give me the over between the Mets and Reds.
Brian?
Boy, what a horrible slot! And don't anybody call me a square here, but I'm going to take the New York Mets minus 2.5. Justin Dunn in his rehab starts, like Chris said, close to a 7 ERA, a 1.81 WHIP. But if you look at his minor league career over 420 innings, his ERA is close to 4. So for me, and Chris Bassett's had 8 nice starts in a row. So for me, I think the Mets win this game. I'm a little worried because they're coming off of that Braves series where they kicked the Braves' butts. A little letdown, but I'll take the Mets minus 2.5 here. And then in the other game, I'll take the Baltimore Orioles plus 1.5. I think the Jays win it in a 1-run game, but the Baltimore Orioles at home on the run line have been lights out, 35-17. Jays 47-21 over the last 68 versus Baltimore. I know those were the Orioles' bad days, but for me, it's a 1-run game here.
I think the Mets are in a real letdown spot here after facing the Braves, while the Reds, loose as goose. They are loose as a goose. They smashed Ben Burns yesterday, getting the win. At Burns minus 340 was all over it like a cheap suit, of course. So predictable. And the Reds said kiss my Ashcraft to that, and it was all Reds. And the thing is, like, the Reds are just loose as a goose. These guys are playing. I can't name 5 of them, but like when I see them on TV, I'm like, oh, this guy, like 44 on the Reds. It's got Eric Davis's old number. Hank Aaron's old number, 44. This guy's good. This guy's really freaking good. This guy's going to be a star. Like a star. You know what I'm talking about? Let's take a look at the Reds here.
No clue.
I know. I knew you guys wouldn't, but I'll tell you. People come up with your...
Aquino.
Kiss my Ashcraft. That's all I gotta say. Oh, man. What's his name? What's my name?
I see it, but I can't pronounce it. So.
Aquino?
Yeah.
Very good.
He's only batting 186.
It's none of your business, Brian. He's going to be a star.
I could bat 184.
No, you couldn't.
No, for a high school player.
You couldn't.
on the slow pitch batting cage.
You couldn't. This guy's got a smooth stroke. Anyways, if you can beat Corbin Burns, you sure as hell can beat Chris Bassett. I'm going to take the Reds here at the big price. I think you could even take the plus 1.5 if you need to Bittler out on it. Or you could even lay the 1.5 if you're feeling confident, because I think the Mets had a really emotional series there against the Braves. I think it's got to be draining on them. And the Reds, they are playing loose as a goose, man. When you go into Milwaukee and bust up the Brewers like that, when the Brewers are competing for first place, I think the Mets are vulnerable here. Plus, I'm big on Justin Dunn. Everyone knows that.
He stinks.
I've been humping up on him for years. He was a first-round draft choice by the Mets. Yeah, a lot of people giving me the clown face stuff, comments here on my pick, and that's fine because
You might be onto something, man.
hey, they said the same thing on Saturday when I took the Tigers on the reverse run line, right? Said the same thing. Clown emoji'd my ass.
I hate back insides that everybody's on, but I just can't. Mets just are really rolling.
I know you struggle with minus 335 to stay off of it. Throw it in your parlay. There's only 7 games, but somehow Brian has an 11-team parlay working.
I wouldn't say 11, but I'd say a strong 5.
I'd say 9.
Cubs versus Nationals. This one's going to be a gem. And then you got the A's and the Angels. Oh, man, you got 4 teams that are interchangeable suckage. Chris, what do you think?
Can you get a T-shirt that says interchangeable suckage?
It is interchangeable suckage.
There's no saving that this slot any way you slice it. But I will lean towards the Oakland A's just because I like what Cole Irvin's put out for the most part. We've seen he's capable of throwing 6-7 shutout innings, and like I said before, even at slight plus money, I want no part of the Los Angeles Angels. Jose Suarez has been a bit of a spot starter, hasn't been good enough to hold a spot in this lackluster Angels rotation. Outside of Shohei Ohtani, there's really no bats producing. I think the Oakland A's, they're not producing much either, and they do play worse at home, but they're not going to lose every game at home, and I think this is a spot where Cole Irvin could have a solid outing and lead the A's to a win in this one. So give me the Oakland A's in this one.
Got some heroes at picking games after they're over in the comments as usual, but they love talking about yesterday. Let's see the rest of your ticket. So, number 1, I say let's see the rest of your ticket, and number 2, I mean we were all in the Dodgers too, but I mean let's see the rest of your ticket, and let's see the rest of your ticket, and let's see you do some games. Let's see you do some games before they start. And then we care. I can't stand the games after they're over. I say congratulations, you won, whatever. I mean, believe me, you should see me when I cash my ticket. I take the money, I stuff it in my pocket as well as I can. Sometimes it takes 2 pockets, and then I just move on. I go to lunch. Maybe get some sushi. Sometimes they get the little box lunch. You ever get the little box lunch they have, like on the side? One of those little, like, it looks like almost a convenience. It looks almost like an airport kiosk. A couple carrot sticks and some hummus.
And the wrap.
It's like you don't look carefully enough at it. And you get back and you sit down like in the sports book with your little box lunch that you picked up, and it's like a little thing of hummus, like 4 pieces of like moderately sharp cheddar cheese, some like crackers that like you would never pick out in the store, like not even like club crackers or saltines. They're like, I don't even know what the hell these crackers are. It's like, you're thinking it's like, what, you can't even just throw me a Ritz or something? It's like, come on.
6 grapes.
It's like, why is there mustard in here? What is the mustard for? I can't figure this out for the life of me. It's like they always have to put the mustard pack. It's like, what is this?
It's like you always have one thing in the package that doesn't belong, like it's apples, peanut butter.
Oh yeah, and it's
and like the meat stick.
How about like right? And what about like the 11 assorted unsalted nuts, which have like no snap to them, whatever? It's like you bite into this thing and it's like it tastes like it's like has the texture of a sponge, like the almond. It's like excited. It's like it's the almond, and it's like this uncooked, unroasted, unsalted, like almond. You bite into it, it's like a piece of gum.
I will always remember we were sitting in the airport, my fiance and I, and we're sitting there. She opens a package. She's like, "Okay, I got salami, I got some apple, I got some crackers. Who the hell invited the hard-boiled egg to the party?"
Yeah, it's like there's always this random thing in there. It's like, and then a pack of mustard. It's like, what is this? Anyways, yeah, this is a lousy slot. Brian, did you go on this one?
Yeah, I guess it's my turn for this slot, and while the teams
the
are pretty
cashew
crap,
is just avoid at all costs.
I don't like cashews. Well, this is
not that kind. I don't like.
I'm going to go here with the Oakland A's. I think they're the gem of the grouping here. I know it's tough to back Oakland at home where they have a horrible record, but Cole Irvin, like Chris said, normally gives you 6-7 strong innings, and Suarez of the Angels, and the Angels as a team, they got a W this weekend, but overall they're dogs. I think Oakland gets it done, and then the Nationals and Cubs. It's hard to resist. I know Sanchez is one of the worst starters in baseball, but Keegan Thompson at minus 190 and the Cubs at home. I'll just take a chance with the Washington Nationals plus 1.5 to keep it within one. And the total is only 7.5, 8 here, so I guess the wind must be blowing in.
Wind blowing in to right at Wrigley. So yeah, the wind's definitely coming in there. But it's a rough slot when you got time to talk about just how good Cole Irvin's been. It's like that's a rough slot. But I think the A's are the gem of the slot here. Of course, the Angels have Ohtani tomorrow, so that means they can take today off, and they usually do. Chris, what are you selling today?
Well, today, I got my $15 pick-off play. Like I said, we caught the Dodgers yesterday to finish the week with a bang, start the new week with a winner, and like I said, use that promo code AUG15, AUG15, all lowercase, for 15% off your purchase at Pick Dogs.
Brian?
1 and 2 yesterday, but bouncing back with a titanium play that's been pretty strong over the last dozen or so plays. You get my best bet for just $15 at pickdogs.com, or my 3-pack that includes that $15 play for $50.
I got my $15 big play, another winner on Sunday, back-to-backers. Had the Cardinals, so you got a little bit of plus money on that thing as well. And I got another big play today. And I think you guys will really like it. It's one of the teams that are playing today.
I wonder what it is.
Well, $15. Or less the AUG 15 coupon, $12.75 for you, Brian. I can deduct it from your paycheck if
I use my employee discount.
All right, $12.75.
The employee discount's 10%, and he still takes it less than the pro.
See Rod Zawacki in the comments. He's got his Ravens hat on. Preseason champs. He's firing up the bandwagon, the Ravens bandwagon.
Ravens, no chance this week. No chance.
Who's the backup quarterback for the Ravens? They have some good ones. They always have really good ones.
Oh, hold on, I gotta remember now.
Tyler Huntley. And Brett Hundley.
Oh.
I like Huntley.
So.
I like Huntley. He's pretty good.
Tyler Huntley from the Packers?
Oh, Huntley was on their team last year as a backup, and Hundley is from the Packers.
UCLA?
Yep.
Okay. I'll take the Ravens. We got the Diamondbacks and the Pirates. Two teams that decided to play baseball like way too late in the season. But I do like the way both are playing. Both come in 4-6 in their last 10, which I'll tell you, the way they played the first half really is a big step forward. And then the Padres and the Giants go at it. Will the Padres ever score a run again? I think that's what this one really boils down to. Brian, Blake Snell show in town. What do you think?
Well, I just don't see the Arizona Diamondbacks ever. I don't think they should ever be laying minus 240 even to the Pirates in what looks like a bullpen game. So for me, I'm going to take Pittsburgh plus the 1.5. I think the Diamondbacks take it by a run. I like Zach Gallen, but I just think he's priced way too high here.
Yeah, for me here, I don't love that game, but I will take Pittsburgh's team total under 3.5. I like the way that Zach Gallen's been pitching. He's up there with Merrill Kelly as the top two pitchers in Arizona's rotation. And I'm just trying to not bank on Tyler Beede. I think it's just gonna. I can't get a read on what Arizona's going to do in that game, but I do expect Gallen to be able to keep the Pirates in check. So give me Pittsburgh's team total under 3.5.
Oh, it sounds like you're really convinced there. I like the Padres team total, whatever it is. I don't really care. I don't think they're going to score more than 3 runs in a game the rest of the season. They're absolutely hideous and an embarrassment. I think that they don't make the playoffs this season either. They could be the most overrated team. Last year, we went into the season, and in our first show, I said, let's fade the Padres every single game. And it was straight money. And I think right now, we draw a line in the sand, and we say we bet against the Padres every single game from here on in. And we're going to get really nice odds doing so. So we're not going to have to win them all, but we're going to win most. Because you got a bad manager there. You got some bad problems. You have no team chemistry. And not the good kind of no team chemistry either. And you got an asshole in right field. Look at me! I gotta walk! I mean, what a jerk. I'm telling you, it's the equivalent to Tiger Woods being in 61st place, celebrating a par on the 4th hole. That's what this guy is. He is just so overrated. Just pathetic, man. Him and Bryce Harper should be on the same team. Actually, I would say Bryce Harper makes this guy. I mean, this guy makes Bryce Harper look like he's worth the money.
How can you be overrated and overpaid if you're the MVP of the National League and you're on pace to do it again?
Because your team doesn't win.
Yeah, but most valuable player, he's the most valuable player.
I've seen then he's not, but then you're not the most valuable player. If your team doesn't win, you're not valuable.
He's not my favorite player in the league. I'm just defending him as not being a bum.
I'm just saying that if your team doesn't win, what's your value? Isn't the idea to win the game? You play to win the game. Herm.
Mike Trout's on a crappy team, but I would consider him, one of the best players.
Well, he's one of the best players, but is he the most valuable player?
And Ohtani, you could make an argument for him being an MVP.
No, you can make an argument for him being one of the better players, one of the best players, not most valuable. You got to win to be valuable. You got to win. Got to win. The one thing the NFL does seem to get right is that the MVP comes from a winning team. And it never comes from a crap team. Never. Because to be the most valuable, you got to help your team win. That's the idea. The idea is to win games, not to get RBIs, not to hit home runs, not to steal bases, not to celebrate when you get that walk in the 9th inning down by 4. It's to win games. That's what makes you valuable. And I would say this year, even though I'm a non-Yankee fan, Aaron Judge is the most valuable player in all of baseball. You don't even need a National and American League. What the hell's the difference? They play against each other now. It's not like the old days where they didn't play against each other. There only needs to be one most valuable player, and it's Aaron Judge. His team is, even though they're on a 5-game losing streak, they haven't been played as well recently. He's put up monster numbers for a team that is in first place in the hardest division in baseball, and he has been a gigantic part of that. He has a shot at the home run record, and he got 100 RBIs already this season? Frickin' August 8th. He's going to have 150 RBIs this season.
He looks to be doing it clean, so that's a positive.
He's also like 6'11", like Andre the Giant size.
So if he gets 62 home runs, I'll consider him to be a home run champion. So, my personal opinion. I don't count Bonds or McGuire.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Brian being a little judgmental over here.
I don't like steroid users as far as records go.
Except if you bet on them.
No, that's true. I mean, I like Aaron Judge, and he's doing it the right way, so hopefully he gets there.
But, I mean, how could you put, like, Juan Soto or Bryce Harper in the same category as a guy that's doing this, with this team and dragging them across the finish line? I mean, it's like...
Juan Soto has tremendous talent. I think.
Yeah, he's got great talent. So does I don't know, So do a lot of guys out there. Believe me, to make the major leagues, you pretty much have to have talent. You do. So what's the guy that the Astros traded to Seattle last year? Plays second base. What's his name? He's got talent. Got a ton of it.
Horrible.
Got all these guys do. All these guys have a ton of talent.
Soto has talent to be one of the best, the greatest ever.
But he hasn't done anything.
Yes.
He will be. He will be. No. We don't judge on the will be. We judge on the is and the has done. You know? Mark Fidrich would have won 350 games. You know? He fizzled out after one season with an injury. The Bird, he was one of the best. He had one of the best young players, that we've seen in the last 50 years. He dominated. Remember the Bird? Probably a little before your time.
He passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, but the Bird was amazing, man. The Bird was like, and the Bird was pitching. The Bird elevated the game to a whole nother level. Talking to the ball, patting the mound, had the whole bit going on. People were going crazy, man, when the Bird pitched. And the thing was, he wasn't just doing the crazy stuff. He was backing it up. He's talking to the ball. Get over that. Man, business. That ball did it. Bird. Juan Soto is not the best player now. And you can't project that. There'll be some other guys that come up. I think right now, if you give me the choice of Juan Soto or the guy on the Cubs, whatever his name is, Horner, I'll take Horner.
Oh, you're crazy.
I'm not
Maybe
crazy.
Financially, it would be better to take Horner.
Better player. The better player. I think Ian Happ is a better player than Juan Soto.
No way.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
You're crazy.
Yes, he is. He contributes the same amount to his team winning that Soto does. He's as valuable as Soto, or more valuable than Soto is.
I think it's a rush to judgment. You got to give Soto.
We'll rush and we'll judge. That's what we do here. Don't tell me about rush to judgment.
What was the guy the Niners?
Trey Lance?
Trey Lance. He's going to have a huge year this year. And
he certainly didn't. He certainly didn't last year when he's throwing the ball to the other team all preseason. They were like, no way are we going to sit here. He's really good at throwing it at the other team.
Possible MVP.
Yes, for the other team.
Okay. We'll see.
I just don't think that. I think that most valuable player, you have to be valuable to a winning effort.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's been lost here in baseball. And this is why baseball is the fourth most popular sport in America, because they've lost touch. That you pay a guy like Juan Soto is going to get $500 million guaranteed money and has done jack shit with his entire career so far. He's done nothing. How many wins does he have as a player? In the amount of years he's been playing. I mean, that really is what it matters. Wait, you think Joe DiMaggio would be Joe DiMaggio if he didn't have the wins? Do you think Mickey would be the Mick without the wins, or the Babe would be the Babe without the wins? Because that's what you're doing to these guys. You're giving Bryce Harper, Soto, all these guys that sort of stuff, that sort of recognition when they don't have the wins, man.
But Hank Aaron is Hank Aaron, and he didn't get the wins, but he got the home runs, and everybody,
Hank Aaron is not seen in the same regard as Joe DiMaggio. He is not seen in the same regard as Babe Ruth, and he is not seen in the same regard as Mickey Mantle, because he does not have the rings. Just like Dan Marino is not seen in the same class as Brett Favre or Joe Montana or Terry Bradshaw, because he does not have the rings, or Tom Brady. And when it comes to the numbers, Dan Marino's numbers just shattered all those guys. I mean, not even close. I mean, and you put his numbers, like if you do an apples to apples, like Joe Montana, who played in the same era as Dan Marino, and you do an apples to apples comparison on numbers of these two, it's way better than Juan Soto or Bryce Harper's numbers compared to their generation of winners, of guys that won championships. It's like, I mean, in my book, Ronald Acuna Jr. Well, he didn't even play. He didn't play in the World Series last year. But Mookie Betts is a more valuable player than Juan Soto, and in fact, it's not even close. It's not even in the same sentence, because he's won everywhere he's been, and he's been an integral part of that winning. Now you can argue Minty Betts with me.
Oh, I
mean,
Mookie
Betts. They're not related.
He's one of the highest paid players. Well,
I asked.
I like Mookie Betts. He's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Are you related to Mookie Betts?
I can't bash Mookie Betts.
Breaking Romanelli's heart in the chat.
Yeah, but what do you think, Ruffalo? Do you think like Mookie Betts, who's got rings in Boston and L.A., do you think that you'd rather have Juan Soto or Bryce Harper than him?
No, I think everybody looks at Soto because of the potential upside and the age. But I agree with you that most valuable player should be the most valuable to their team's success. And that's sort of where they get lost. As for baseball, the majority of it is the most valuable player in terms of what they bring to the table individually, regardless of how the team performs. And that's sort of what we've seen with some of the recent MVPs. Like, Shohei Ohtani got it last year because he was, solid.
Well, Brian, we've got a Dodger humper amongst us here.
Romanelli's saying Soto's already won. They already won a World Series with the Nationals, so
didn't contribute.
Now you still get out of the ring.
What did the Angels?
Yeah, so did Acuna Jr. get one last year for being on the Braves. So did I don't know who. So did Blaine Gabbert got one as a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Everybody down to the Water Boys important on a team. So.
Yeah, then what's his name? Rick Roby got a few of them with the Celtics too. Oh God, Luke Longley.
Oh God, I forgot about Luke Longley.
Bill
Adam
Wennington.
Morrison.
Bill Wennington.
Adam Morrison might be the worst player in NBA history with 3 rings.
Yeah, I mean, just because you're there.
He played on Gonzaga, didn't he? Morrison.
Romanelli, just being a Soto apologist here.
He's dying on that hill.
Yes. We'll take a poll here. How many people like Mookie Betts? How many people like Juan Soto? I'll take Mookie. Yeah, Juan Soto is the baseball version of Luke Walton, or Adam. Who's the guy? Mike. The guy with the dancing guy. Mike. Mark. Remember he was dancing. Mark Madsen. Juan Soto is the baseball version of Mark Madsen. We have wasted a tremendous amount of time on Juan Soto. Anyways, we've got the Seattle Mariners and the New York Yankees going at it here. Chris, what do you think?
I looked at this game front ways and back ways, and I'm going to look at the under in this one for a free play. I think, we did see the last time these two pitchers met, Tyone and Gilbert, it was 8-6 in favor of the Mariners. But I think that game was a bit of an anomaly. These are two of the better pitchers in their respective rotations, especially Gilbert. Now, Gilbert does pitch better on the road, but I think he's due to bounce back here against the Yankees, and who haven't really looked the same since the All-Star break. It's almost like they're kind of coasting a little bit. And Jameson Tyone, I think he'll be able to keep the Mariners in check himself, and I think this is a low-scoring game, so give me the under 7.5.
Yeah, for me in that contest, I'm going to take Suarez of the Seattle Mariners to smack a home run. He's starting to heat up, and Jameson Tyone's given up 16 this year, starting to look a little bit hittable lately. So that's my home run prop for that game.
Logan Gilbert got lit up by the Yankees in that series in New York. He gave up 6 runs against the Yankees, but the wheels are off the cart, and Aaron Boone will be fired by the end of August. He is Him and Buck Showalter likely to both implode by the time the season's over. Romanelli even saying Soto sucks in the comments now.
He wouldn't say that.
Well, we're just disregarding every other word in the sentence. We're twisting the words. We're just saying that it says that on the paper, putting some lines through, doing a little of our own editing. He did put the LOL in there.
I'm a Romanelli-ac.
Romanelli apologist. Romanelli 17% on Ron's rundown yesterday. No, he was like 8 and 7. It's like he goes 8 and 7. The comments are like, "You were terrible today." It's like, I mean, the guy gives out, 15 picks a day, on average. He gives out 26. He's this Major League Baseball season. He'll give out 2,600 picks. It's like minimum on that show, 2,600 picks, and it's like people are going to criticize an 8 and 7 day. It's like you could have gone over to one of the other sites and paid $80 for Ben Burns' pick on the Brewers yesterday and got your ass kicked for for $80. I mean, then Romanelli put you 8 and 7 for free. I don't know how much they're charging, but definitely at the Brewers. It's as obvious as it could be.
Maybe $2.
No, it wasn't $2. Non-guaranteed. Your money's not worth anything to them. You don't work hard for your money. It's like, well, you'll just pay for a loser over there. Ridiculous. Anyways, we're not here to talk about other people. I guess we are, aren't we? No, we're not. I'm going to try and cut that out. Good luck to me. I just hate the other people. I hate the sleaze in our industry. And that's really what it comes down to. I just think that this industry sets up for a lot of frauds and non-transparent people and just scumbags, right? And that's the way the industry was run for a very long time, And it's like, I think what I did when I started Sports Chat Plays, what we've carried on to Pick Dogs is, a transparent, free, platform. And, with the availability for premium picks, just based upon, what they are, which is guys who have a track record of winning. This is what they like the best today. It's not guaranteed. You can't win without me. You don't hear anybody on our site saying things like that. Get out, Chris. Why are you podcasting for 0 viewers? We don't have 0 viewers. You must be watching on Facebook or something, this guy. We have 200 people watching live, actually.
He's on Twitch.
Twitch is he on, or is he on Facebook?
I don't know.
It's always the
Twitch,
Facebook. It's always the Facebook guys. Ziggy FN. Some guy with no real profile. You have 1, that's me. Now we have actually 200 and something. He's on Twitch. I'm on Twitch, bitches. Because I'm cool. I'm on Twitch, man. All the cool people are on Twitch.
A lot of cool ladies on Twitch.
We have 200 on our YouTube channel, Pick Dogs. Free Picks, Pick Dogs. Where do you have 200? Like, I got to prove it to this guy. To Ziggy FN. YouTube, Free Picks, Pick Dogs. It's you that's the outside looking in. Anyway, speaking of Juan Soto. Now we have 225 thanks to Ziggy. Anyways, you guys gonna do any parlays today? Player props? Free premium picks?
Here's a parlay. I'm gonna take the Washington Nationals +1.5, Pittsburgh Pirates +1.5, and that Oakland A's pick, and parlay those 3 together.
I thought you were working on not talking about others. I am working on it. That's the key word. I'm working on it. Get out, Brian and Chris. Meaning, like, get out. Now you have 2 viewers. What are you
that must be
talking
Joe.
about?
That must be Joe.
Joe
Thebo.
Joe D'Amico?
Oh, Thebo.
Joe Thebo? No, it's not Joe Thebo. Joe Tebow would say Joe Tebow said, at least will say his own name. You know, that's Joe Tebow. I mean, we know Joe Tebow. Not impressed. That's okay. Joe can do whatever he likes. The thing. My favorite part of Joe Tebow is that he makes a blanket statement and treats it as fact. Like he knows, like he's on the inside of something. You know, it's like, oh yeah, well this happened, and it's like, actually none of that is even close to correct. Oh, you got a little Twitch battle going on here. I like Mookie Betts to hit a home run today. Oh, the Dodgers aren't playing. I like Juan Soto's strikeout props. I think at least 2. He's warming up for Cobb tomorrow. He's got to get that strikeouts rolling. He's going to get Cobb tomorrow. Chris, what's your parlay or prop? Or yes, I hit my parlay. Minus 2.5 with the Rays, minus 2.5 with the Dodgers.
Yeah, I got Cobb just a few minutes ago, but I think I'm just trying to find the odds for this 2-leg parlay. I'm gonna go with Dalton Varsho to hit a home run for the Diamondbacks. I'm gonna go with Brandon Nimmo to hit a home run for the New York Mets, and that is plus 33.50.
No Juan Soto prop there.
Let's see if I can find one for you.
Romanelli. For Romanelli. How about you, Brian?
Well, I gave out my parlay, but I was
right.
just going to comment that Rays minus 2.5. That was ridiculous in the 9th inning. Soto has been fantastic. Walks 3 guys straight with the bases loaded. Anyway, I'm done complaining.
I like the Nationals Cubs under. That run blowing, that wind blowing in. I'm gonna parlay it with. Let me see. You know what? I'm just gonna use the parlay tool. Hang on a second. Oh, Ruffalo did that already, didn't you?
All right. I did. Yeah, I did.
I can see you did that already.
Got to use the best tools in the business.
I like the under in the Yankees Mariners. I like Brandon Nimmo to hit a home run. I like the Ian Happ to record a double, and Anthony Santander to have a ribby. $10 plays $1,425.60. And you better be tipping your dealer more than that. You better be tipping the person at the sportsbook more than that 60-cent change too. You leave them the $5.60. You leave them the $5.60, not the 60 cents. At least $5.60, if not $25.60.
Could use use Juan Soto. I couldn't find a strikeout, but Juan Soto under 0.5 hits plus 185.
Love it. Love it. All right, thanks everyone for joining us, except for Romanelli. Rod, we got you in for a dime on the Ravens. Everyone else, have a great day. We appreciate each and every one of you. Make it a winning day.